Hey, what's going on, people? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know.
Doors out. Kick the cockpit door down. I am not the chosen one that you speak of. I am not. The only one.
Read between the lines. Yeah.
Curtains pulled back, I stand center stage. You ain't no killer, that bitch in the case. You didn't ask for that time, you were trying to get away. Now you glorify your deal like it's 88. When I say 1-9, y'all say 88. 1-9. When I say static, y'all say selector. Static. When I say life is, y'all say special. Life is. They lock us up. We look you down when I should turn your back on me. I can feel you running. They on Instagram, look at the reels they running. Aesthetically, we always hitting kills for summers. Static. Hey yo, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and there's a lot of corruption going on right now. So throw your peace signs up right now. Yeah, I go by J.F.K, Justice for the Kids. Yeah, free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed.
Poison in my mind, losing sight now with this blind vision. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake-bitten.
Call 911, officer down, don't make a sound. There's an officer in the house. All I can feel is my phone vibrate. Wish you was here, not sitting at my place. Who let the dogs out? Someone close the gate. It's cold where the broken face. Please, Lord, not today. Laying on this grass, I can hear the snakes. Wish you would've told me he was feeling the way when he sent you that text. Seen the fear in your face. Then he texted me too. Coming here. Then you drove away.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I
Donuts.
I open my car door.
the cockpit door down. I am not the chosen one that you speak of. I am not. The only one.
What's going on, people? How am I sounding out there? My mic sound nice? What's going on? How we feeling? How we feeling, people? How we doing? Tuesday, Matty M was on the backup. He was on the backup, he was driving around that day and he was taking pictures of the state police. He was on them group texts doing some surveillance saying, hey, they was at the Asian people's house right in the front, the state police. We sound good. Okay, Jess, excuse me. All right, looking good, sounding good. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but now you're here with me. Super chats of the business. I can read your chats better. Got 137 people up in here. It's a beautiful thing. Loud and clear. But like I was saying, Matty M, this guy wants to come out clean. He's a big guy. He's a real big guy. So think about it. If the fight happened that night, Matty was there. What if Matty put the weight on John O'Keefe? What if he swung a punch? What if he was the one that hit John O'Keefe for that fatal blow? We don't know. We just don't know, right? But Matty M was on the backup. He was protecting his brothers like Donnie and Marky. These guys think they're from the inner city. They think they're from Dorchester. They go out to these bars. Big Bad Brian A is a Boston police officer, was on the TV show. Higgins is the ATF. These guys are powerful. Thank you, Janelle. These guys are running the show. Kind of like Donnie and Marky. Donnie's the new kid on the block. Then he put Marky on, and Donnie started doing movies. Marky started doing movies, and they run the Massachusetts scene. You can't say Massachusetts without Marky. But nowadays, it's blurry, huh? Okay. Let's see what's going on here. But nowadays, nowadays you can't say Boston without Karen Reed and Maddie McCabe and Jen, So let's get into that. Let's talk about this guy right here. This guy's a real solid guy.
Went to the hillside in Canton, correct?
That is correct.
You went with your wife, Jennifer McCabe?
Yes.
When you got there, you saw Karen Reed and John O'Keefe there together, correct?
I was there previous to them, but yes,
Okay.
I saw them there, yes. Eventually I saw them there.
I should have phrased the question that ultimately you ran into John and Karen together, correct?
Yes, I did.
And when you came in contact with them, you and your wife and Brian Albert and his wife, Nicole, who's your sister-in-law, hung out with Karen Reed and John O'Keefe, correct?
Yes, there was a big group of people hanging out together, correct.
There were other people in addition to the ones that I've just named?
Yes, there were.
So you were with John and Karen for maybe around an hour or so that night of January 22nd?
I'd say, I don't know exactly what time they arrived, but yes, I'd say they were there for at least an hour.
And during that hour span of time, they appeared to be enjoying each other's company?
Yes.
And two of them had arrived together, correct?
They walked in together, yes.
And there were no problems that night that you could see between John and Karen, correct?
Yes, I did not see any problems.
Okay. Now, moving on to the waterfall on January 29th. I am not going to go through with you who arrived when and who left when and where people sat at which table. We're going to skip all that. And I'd like to streamline the questioning if I can. And I just want to talk to you about 2 or 3 areas. You would agree that at the waterfall, the mood among the people who were there was festive, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Everybody appeared to be happy and enjoying themselves, correct?
Everybody was enjoying each other's company, correct.
Specifically with regard to John O'Keefe and Karen Reed, they appeared to be quite happy that Kaylee had been accepted into Bishop Fien, correct?
John, I recall talking to John about it, and he was happy that Kaylee was at Bishop Fien. I do not recall speaking to Karen about Bishop Fien, but definitely John was happy about Kaylee being in Bishop Fien.
All right. You have previously testified that they were both excited about that, have you not?
If I did, I did. I just know that John mentioned that he was out because he was excited about Kaylee being at Bishop Fien. If I looped them both in, then they both were happy. I don't remember what I said when I said it. I didn't put it this way. I didn't see her. She wasn't happy about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I'm just going by your words, sir. As far as you could see, they were both excited about her acceptance, correct?
Yes.
And they had just found out the previous day or so, correct?
I don't recall what day they found out, but I know that John had mentioned he had went out for some beers. He was excited because Kaylee got into Bishop Ian, and he mentioned he was out with another one of his friends whose daughter also got into Bishop Ian.
Right. And it appeared to be new news, correct?
Oh, yes. It was news they were waiting on, yes.
Right. You hadn't heard it before. This was the first that you heard it, correct?
I don't know if I heard it, if a kid had already leaked it the day before or that day, but first I heard it from John.
But it was clear to you that it was really important to John O'Keefe that Kaylee get into Bishop Ian and go there, correct?
They applied. He was excited for her to go there.
And it was clear that he believed it was an achievement for her, correct?
Yes.
And you could glean also that John O'Keefe felt like it was an achievement for him as well, correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
Could you glean that from him?
He was happy that she got in. I couldn't.
You know what I'm going to say, right? If you guys had one word to describe Matty M, what would it be? One word to describe Matty M. What would it be? Go ahead. One word. Hey, James, man, how we feeling, man? Your camera's not kicking on. What's going on?
Just getting it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your camera. There you go, buddy. How we feeling, James? James, do me a favor, right? Drop your drop your YouTube in the link so I can pin it up. I mean, in the chat box. Wow, look at this, huh? Look at this. Sleazy. Clown. Goofball. Snake. Definitely a snake, huh? This guy is exactly a snake. This is more than one word. Slimy, huh? Well, that's a good one. Idiot. Look at this. An arrogant prick. Sleazy. Whoa, he's a loser. Oh, man. Haha, this is amazing. What a pleasure to close the night out with two. Okay, two loves. We appreciate that. So I need everybody. I'm about to pin James Jackson's YouTube up there. I need everybody to
How do I send it to you?
just put it on the chat. And I'll pin it. Yeah, this is what it is. He's a clown shoe. You know, the funny thing about Matty McCabe is, right, he gets on this stand, right, and he knows exactly what happened. And it's going to get crazy. Go ahead,
see
brother.
it?
I don't see it right now. I'll look for it.
Chat with everybody in the studio.
You just left a comment, right, chat? Oh, you hit the private
I
chat?
left it in. Yeah, it's in the private chat. Like, maybe. It just says chat with everyone in the studio, so I hit on that one.
So what are we feeling, James, about this whole situation?
I came late to the show. What are we talking about? Matt?
Yeah, Matt. What do we feel about him?
I feel he's going to be the first one to fold.
Go put your camera on, bro. You think so?
Yeah. He seems like he's definitely going to be the first one to fold. I mean, from watching a couple of episodes with the guy, Sean, watching his podcast, I heard the feds are going to be sweeping in pretty soon. So I don't think this is even going to go to a second trial. I think the feds are going to, I think they're going to sweep in before that even happens. You're going to have another circus in town, man. Come on.
Another circus in town. There we have it. That's a good way to speak on that. No question about it, brother. Let's get into more of this clown shoe. I like that one. Clown shoe. That was a good one. A clown shoe. There he is. Matty M on the back up. Drug free. So put the crack up.
Yes.
And you had previously testified that you saw Karen was drinking some type of clear liquid that you assumed was some type of vodka, correct?
That is correct.
But you didn't think that they were drinking much, correct?
At the waterfall? No, they were only there for an hour. So.
And they got there around 11, correct?
Give or take, yep, 11-ish.
And that bar is pretty strict about last call, correct?
That is correct.
And you spoke with both of them during the course of the night, correct?
Yes.
Neither John nor Karen was intoxicated in your view, correct?
They were drinking. I don't know I don't know what the guideline of intoxication is, but they were.
Do you recall testifying before the grand jury regarding this matter on April 26th of 2022?
If you have that, then I don't recall that question specifically, yes.
Right, well, I didn't ask about the questions. I just asked if you recall testifying before the grand.
What's going on? What's going on with that? We lost or something going on here.
Matty
What's
disappeared.
happening? Yeah. Oh, let me take this down.
A weaker than expected.
Wow. I don't know what just happened. We lost we lost some stuff, man. So let's just see what's going on here. And while that's happening, let's just drop this real quick. Look at this video, huh? Let's just get into that real quick while I troubleshoot some stuff. This video, huh?
I looked at this video a second time, and you know how we talk about the band? You'll notice one of the band members goes around him at one point because he could tell he didn't want to be involved in whatever. Is it this one? I mean, you could tell everybody around him wasn't comfortable. Even the flannel shirt guy, he was staying close because he's a lawyer. He's thinking,
Right.
am I gonna have to give out one of my business cards right here?
Right? It's crazy.
Now this is how long leading up to them saying he passed away? What, 20 minutes or something? No. What was the time difference from that video to when they said John O'Keefe passed? That's what they should be looking at.
It's crazy, right, bro?
It is nuts.
I don't know what's going on with this Matty McCabe thing, but it's killing me right now.
It's crazy because I can't even see. All I can see is a little tiny box.
Let's talk about Higgins for a second, man.
Prior hearing, in that hearing at least, you finally admitted that you did in fact call Brian Albert back, but this time you claimed the two of you just sort of sat in silence. Isn't that right?
Objection.
So I'm going to sustain it in that form. You can ask it appropriately, Mr. Jackson.
Did you ever previously testify that you did in fact make the call, but you did not have a conversation during the course of the call?
What I think I testified was something must have happened, but I didn't have any phone call.
You remember being asked, quote, did you call him back, end quote, and you answered yes. And then there was a question.
There was a series of questions there. That's only a fragment of what I said.
I'm not done yet, Mr. Higgins. Can you answer my question?
Yes.
To the question, did you call him back? Your answer was yes, correct?
I think it was kind of I must have.
Then you were asked, well, the answer was yes. And then there was a colloquy back and forth where you spoke over each other's words, right?
It was dialogue back and forth about this whole thing, yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
May I?
Yes.
You see the pink highlighted question and the pink highlighted answer.
Yes.
What's the question? Please read it for me.
Did you call him back?
What's the answer?
Yes.
Thank you. May I approach?
Yes.
You then said a little bit further in that same conversation, I did not have a conversation, correct?
I did not have a conversation with anybody.
And the question following that was, you just listened to the phone, what someone was telling you? Answer, it's possible that the phone picked up on the other end and nobody said anything. And then I terminated the call, end quote. That's what you said at the under.
Good old Higgins. Can I see it? One word to describe Brian Higgins. If you guys had one word, what would that be? One word to describe Higgins.
Shitbag. Well, that's two, I guess, but
Solid, isn't he?
real solid. This guy just looks like he tags along. Goes easy, yes, man.
He's so nervous, this dude, right now. Look at him.
He's never been in a situation like this.
No, absolutely not.
Or setting like that, I should say. Because I mean, none of us have been in a situation. He is a shitbag, right?
Yeah, he's 100% a shitbag.
Whichever lane you were in.
You built this?
It was easy once I found the pot.
Come on with this. You can't do that to me right now, buddy. Come on, stop that. Don't do that. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I know. People are like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man, with this?
It's all right.
Yeah, he's definitely a tag-along, you know. He's the type of dude that, you know, he's on the backup, right? He's Matty M.
Matty
he's
M
Matty-
on the backup.
Matty M
That's what
on
he
the
does,
backup
man.
for sure. You think he's going to break, though?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, if anyone's going to do it, I think it's definitely going to be him. Because he knows the most, you know. He must be hearing it every day, especially with Jen in his ear.
And when you parked in the driveway, fair to say that there was no black SUV at the Albert's home.
Are you referencing Karen's SUV? I don't know what color the Albert's cars were.
Oh, okay.
Are you referencing their SUV?
Put it this way. Yes, I'm referencing Karen's SUV.
That was not at the home.
And that was not in the driveway, correct?
Karen's SUV was not in the driveway.
And it was not adjacent to the property or on the street anywhere that you could see?
Correct. It was not there.
All right, but you say that there was a Jeep in the street at that time, correct?
There was a Jeep parked in front of the end of the driveway in front of the mailbox.
And that Jeep belonged to Brian Higgins?
I found out it belonged to Brian Higgins. I didn't know it was his Jeep when I arrived.
And it had a plow on the front of it?
Yes, it did.
It was parked adjacent to the Albert's property on Fairview, facing up the hill toward Chapman Street, correct?
Yes.
And at the time that you arrived, that was the only vehicle that was parked on Fairview Street adjacent to the Albert property, correct?
Yes.
And your testimony is that that Jeep remained parked in front of the Albert house, just to the
Yeah,
left
Matty,
of the
tiny
driveway
balls, lives matter.
as you face the house,
Sheesh.
until Brian Higgins finally left and drove it away at the end of the night, correct?
That's my recollection, was his Jeep was out in front of the mailbox.
Can you hear the lump in
Court
his
commission, could we display
Oh,
witness
ah.
66?
Okay.
Wild, right?
Look at him looking around for his water. I gotta do something.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Here it is, Matty. There's
So,
the
Mr.
center
McDonald,
stage.
Highlighting with a spotlight the front of the Albert's home. When I get to the point where the Jeep was parked, can you stop me? And you can adjust it right or left if I go too far.
Objection, Your Honor.
Can we have him use the laser pointer first and then?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
right.
was hoping
He
I didn't
tried.
have
Oh,
to
you
do
have the
this.
other laser pointer.
I don't have one.
That's fine.
No.
You could,
Look-
yeah.
Look at him trying to be friends with.
The Jeep was right there. From the edge of the
Thing's
driveway,
shaking.
right there. I believe it was a two-door Jeep.
Okay, it looks like part of the.
Higgins didn't drive his personal Jeep Cherokee. He either drove the duty vehicle,
Nope.
Ford Edge, or rode
Where the
Brian out
mailbox
to the
is,
waterfall.
the Jeep was right there. It was not blocking the driveway.
I'm gonna step a moment.
Sure.
The mailbox that's spotlighted there, would that have been where the back of the Jeep was?
Yeah, the back would have been right in the vicinity of the edge of the driveway in the mailbox.
I see. So it wasn't blocking the driveway at all when you saw it?
No.
And it was facing to the left as we look at Exhibit 66, correct?
Facing, heading to the left of the house, correct.
We can have the lights back on. And as you testified, that Jeep was in.
You guys see this, what I got pinned up here at James Jackson. James Jackson is in the house tonight. He's my co-host right now. He's holding me down. You know, when things get a little crazy and I'm on the controls, people, these stream yards, you know, this is a live stream, right? Anything can happen. So, you know, it's good that he's up here making sure while I'm trying to figure out some things, he's up here trying to entertain you. So that James Jackson you see on the screen, go sub up right now, man. Let's get him up to 150, 200 subscribers. You know, what do you got coming on the, you're going to do some videos, James?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut up some videos. I'm actually gonna do some videos myself because, you know, there's a lot about that we talk behind the scenes about this case. And then there's also just things that I think of myself, you know. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You've been, you know, you edit, you know, that's one thing he does. He's a videographer. He's learning on the fly, but, you know, he's been editing videos for a while now, you know, and he can put some stuff together to get your mind thinking for sure. I have to apologize. I'm very spicy tonight. Well, Bonnie, that's a beautiful thing. Matty M is on the backup. We're here to entertain you guys. And, you know, with that being said, since we got 400 people in the room, you know, what do I got going on here? Let's see. Let me see if I can get this. This is your chat, people. Be clear. This is your chat. This is your chat, people. This is your chat. You need to react. Let's get it going. This is all about y'all. This ain't about me. This is your chat. How we feeling out there? Put your peace signs up.
The doors out.
Yes.
Oh.
Kick the cockpit door down.
Yes.
I am not the chosen one
No.
that you speak of. I am not.
Fuckery Donuts is now open.
The only one.
Nice. A little something to keep them entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how we do it.
Yeah.
But you know, Matty McCabe is a real funny guy, you know? Matty
Yeah.
M on the backup. He was out there taking pictures, Jez. You know that?
Was he?
Oh yeah, he definitely was, man. He
It
was
was his
taking
big
pictures.
day. He felt like it was his big day.
Was parked in front
Listen
of
to this
Higgins'
guy.
Jeep with the plow on the front, correct?
That's correct.
How far or close to that Jeep was the black SUV?
I don't recall the exact distance again when I looked outside.
Why do you guys think they keep talking about this Jeep being there? Why do you guys think in the chat? Like, what is the reason? See, I'm starting to think more and more they talk about it. Are they talking about it as if John got hit and his head hit the Jeep, hit the plow on the Jeep, and that's what got the cut? What do you think, James? Why do they keep mentioning, like, are they insinuating that she backed up and hit him and he went flying, he hit his head off the plow?
could.
Like, why are they
That-
talking about this Jeep? Why is it so imperative that this Jeep was there?
Maybe too, because when she was backing up the speed, they're trying to see if she could have actually got that speed with another vehicle behind her. She would have hit it.
Well, I understand what the defense is saying, but I'm saying why is these guys, Matty
Oh,
M, in the Funky Bunch, why are they so adamant that there was a Jeep there? But some people are saying Nagel, he said when he pulled up to go pick up his sister, he's saying there was nothing there. There was no Jeep there. But why is the McCabe's saying that there was a Jeep there? Can anybody
someone
enlighten me? Let me
someone
know
said,
what they say.
yeah,
I
because
noticed
they're trying.
my focus was on the black SUV, which looked outside would have been in front of the front door.
With regard to the distance between the Jeep and the black SUV, was it greater or smaller than the distance between you and me right now?
Oh, it'd be smaller.
Um,
If I'm the end, if you're the
That
end of
makes
the Jeep
sense.
and I'm the end of the
Let's say that I'm the
Lexus,
rear end of the black
That makes
SUV,
sense.
and you're the front end of the Jeep.
yeah, I'd say you'd be a little closer to me.
With the court's permission, may I walk closer to the witness so that he could give an estimate?
Sure.
And you can just stop me, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, when I looked outside, I was focused on the SUV. I wasn't focused on the Jeep or the truck.
Why
I
not?
don't
Though?
know the exact distance. You could walk 3 more feet or 3 feet that way, but it was out in front of the house. That's all I can tell you.
This guy's
You
crazy.
will agree with me that you've given conflicting information about where the black SUV was when you first saw it?
If you tell me I gave conflicting information, you can show it to me. I don't recall. I've always said the SUV was in front of the house.
Right. And when you said in front of the house, you meant that as you look out the front door of the Albert residence, which on Exhibit 66 would have been the door to the
Matty
left,
M was
that's
on the backup.
The classic front door,
The classic front door looking at the house on the main part of the Colonial.
looking straight out from there, that's where the black SUV was positioned, correct?
In that vicinity, correct.
Right. It would have been sort of directly in front of you as you look out that front door, correct?
Like I said, in the vicinity of looking out the front door was the black SUV. If it was 3 feet this way or 3 feet this way or 3 feet that way, I don't know. It was just out in front of the house.
Right. And that was where it was when you first spotted it, according to your testimony today, correct?
You should
Yes.
know where it is.
But you spoke to Michael Proctor during the afternoon of January 29th.
Make sure you guys go to James Jackson, man. Sub up to my man James Jackson. He's got some stuff
Appreciate it.
coming his way, Just hook him up, little subs, and that's how we rock, right? This is your chat. Let's go.
Did you not?
Yes, I did.
That was the very day that these events occurred, correct?
Yes, it was.
You would agree with me that your memory of where that black SUV was when you first spotted it on January 29th would have been better on that very day than it would be today, correct?
Possibly, yes.
It's almost 2.5 years
Possibly.
later.
2.5 years that I've lived in my memory, yes.
But your memory does not get better over time, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
On January
Look at this
29th,
guy, man.
2022, when you spoke to Michael
Look at
Proctor,
you, buddy. Look at you. What you laughing about, bro? Someone's
know.
dead, man. This is a murder trial, man. You laughing? What's so funny,
Family.
big guy?
Right.
What's so funny, Matty? You're like Marky, huh? You don't care. You wear Calvin Kleins at night, buddy. Is that what it is? You're on the backup? You're out there in Dorchester and Ashmont and Four Corners? You out there on Fenton Street? Is that what you're doing there, Matty, late night? You're on
He's on
Dorchester
Todd
Ave?
Ave.
He's
He's
on
on
that.
Todd Ave.
You're picking up all the girls that are running amok on Mass Ave. Is that what you're doing there, Matty?
Wild
Matty,
boy.
you can't be 13 stepping. This is a murder trial. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? What's so funny, Matty?
you told him that you saw a black SUV parked to the
Look at the
right of
face.
the residence as you look at the property from the street. Did you not?
I did not. Can you elaborate what you mean by to the right of the residence?
Matty is a mess.
Well,
Can we elaborate to the right of the? You're a witness. Who cares if you didn't hit? If he didn't hit anybody or do anything, why is he so defensive? So all the people out there that watch this, because best believe we have about 500 people watching right now, and I'm sure a lot of you people out there, I would say about a third of you guys believe Karen did this, although you won't jump on this chat and say it because you're too scared to get, attacked on the chat because we don't play games over here on the JFK channel. But I know you're trolling and you're watching. But why is this guy so defensive? Why wouldn't he say, I don't know what happened. It is what it is. I was just having a good time. I left. I drove away. I looked outside. When I looked outside, I seen the truck. I seen the Jeep. And 100% there was, it is what it is, right? I didn't see a body. I don't know how the body got there. I know it sounds crazy. But instead, he's basically saying, I didn't see the body, but, it's possible it could have been there because I was looking somewhere else. I wasn't looking exactly that way. That's being defensive. You know what I mean, James?
Yeah. They're trying to cover up something, and it's just nuts.
I will just repeat the question. Did you tell Michael Proctor on January 29th of 2022 that you observed a big dark SUV parked to the right of the house?
What right? Looking at the house to the right or looking at the house to the left? When you say right, I don't know what you mean by right.
Is your memory exhausted as to what you told Michael Proctor?
No, not at all.
So if your memory is not exhausted, would you agree with me that while you were at 34 Fairview, you told Michael Proctor that you observed a big dark SUV parked to the right of the house?
That could have been the second time I informed him of seeing the SUV.
Okay. If I suggested to you that that was the first time, according to what you told Michael Proctor, would you dispute that?
Objection.
Sustained.
Is your memory exhausted as to whether or not that was the first or second time, according to what you told Michael Proctor?
My memory is not exhausted.
Okay, so if you...
Then what's the problem then? If your memory is not exhausted, why wouldn't you just say... why wouldn't you just say that your memory...
Some moment...
that was exhausted. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you say that? Why wouldn't you just say, it's been a long time coming. I forget. What's the big deal? I don't get it.
2 years, right? I don't know exactly where it was, but I do remember this. Like, it's simple.
It's
Simple,
crazy.
man.
He's a loser. Let's get into the chat a little bit. All the McAlberts, when they're on the stand, why are they so defensive and combative? I don't know. I just don't know. Albanian, excuse me, I'm sorry. Your life's exhausted with that wife of yours, poor guy. Oh, wow. It's getting kind of hectic. Matty M on the backup. It's crazy. Tristan just keeps saying, I don't know. It's wild, right?
And laughing.
Why do you think he's laughing? Why do you think, James?
I couldn't tell you why. I think that's just crazy that he's laughing in this particular situation. I don't know. That would be something the chat would have to. Why do you think he's laughing? Because he knows he's lying. I mean, it could be what do we call him?
Someone says it could be nerves.
Yeah, his nerves, but that's what I was gonna say. We call it something else. When we talk, can't think of the word. I had to help you out on this word before. It's like,
I mean, I think honestly, this guy knows obviously he knows exactly what happened. I think that, he possibly could, he could have stopped the fight, but I think he actually probably was involved in the fight somehow or another because he weighs like 340. I think when it was going down, maybe, in the hypothetical, maybe John started getting the best of Brian A. And everybody wants to impress Brian A., right? Matty wants to impress Brian A. And next thing you know, Matty was on the backup. He might have put his weight on Johnny. And, and then that's when someone hit him with the weight. He probably didn't want that to happen, but he probably didn't want Brian A. to get his ass kicked in his own house, right? So Now he finally got that trust. He's finally in the game. He's not a cop like Big Bad Brian A, but now he's in the Funky Bunch. He's Matty M. He's doing his own thing. You know, his brother Brian A was the new kid on the block. Brian, you know, Boston's finest. You know, the right stuff. Please don't go, girl. You know, now he's doing his thing. Great collaboration, gentlemen. 212 the Bronx, born and bred. Just left the 603 yesterday after visiting my trashy father family. Nice. All right. That's how we do it, kid. You know, so it's wild to think, man. It really is.
Yes, it's crazy. Yeah, poor Officer O'Keefe. It's really unfortunate a situation like this, man.
For pages that you've already reviewed, just to have you identify them. I may approach.
Sure.
Thank you.
And we don't care about you.
Now look at this guy. This guy's going to look at all these text messages. Now keep in mind, people out there in the chat, right? Matty M was on the backup because Jen was talking to John, and John allegedly was calling their phone to ask for directions. Now you guys are familiar with that, right? John was calling for directions, but yet they're in a 2018, 2020, whatever it was, LX 570, Land Cruiser, Toyota, Lexus,
Right.
you know what I mean? The F Series. Nice truck, man. Big truck, big bad V8. It's got everything, all the bells and whistles, right, Jez?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's got the navigation, doesn't it? Why wouldn't they just put it in the navigation? Why would he make the phone call to say, hey, how do I get there? Give me the directions, Jen. Matt, give me the directions. Why? Why not just throw it in the navigation? Now, listen, we're all some old school people around here. All of us, right? We're all old school, meaning like we just like to say, hey, tell me how to get there. You go straight up the street, you take a left at the lights, you take a right. We're from that era, right? I know I'm from that era.
We
I
don't
like
need
that.
the GPS, right?
You don't need the GPS, but you know what? I think we all evolved a little bit. I know I evolved because if I don't know where something's at, I'm throwing it in the navigation.
Right.
It just is what it is. I'm not going to make a phone call to Jen McKay. Now, was he making that phone call to Jen saying, how do I get there? Or was he saying,
Who's there? Checking the
there?
room. Yeah, checking the temperature in the room.
And Maddie was right there, right? Because they were waiting for him to get there. And then we'll never know. Karen's going to have to fill in these blanks. She's going to have to fill in these blanks. What was it like? Because when he was talking to Jen, and keep in mind, Karen, that next morning, who did she call? She called Jen.
Biggest mistake.
And I'd just like you to take a look at them and just confirm that's what you've already seen before we took the break.
Oh, wow. I appreciate that. That's beautiful, Shannon. $13.99 super sticker. Shannon, nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love. If you guys haven't yet, go over to James Jackson. Sub up on his YouTube. It's right there on the screen. Give him some subs. He only had like 50 subs. Trying to get him up to over 100 tonight. He's here for you. He's putting in some time.
And I appreciate it too.
Smack sound effects when Yannetti smacked Matt for smiling. A highlight of the trial. Smack.
Yes, these are the ones you showed me earlier.
Thank you, sir. May I approach you?
Yes.
Having reviewed those, sir, does this appear to be an accurate transcription of the sequence and the content of the group text chat within that time frame?
Matty M was on the backup.
Offer that, Your Honor.
All right. The only concern I have is I don't want to give the jury something they need a flashlight to read.
Well, my next.
So can I see it?
Of course.
Dog, you think you're hood?
You don't know me.
You don't know me. Dog, you think you hood, dog. Yo, what is it? Oh, Wit? Yo, oh, Wit. What's going on, oh, Wit? Be nice, will ya?
Okay tonight, oh wait, you need a hug?
Oh, wait, listen, Matty M will let you in the Funky Bunch. Believe me. He'll let you right in, oh, wit. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, wit, you could be in the Funky Bunch.
Look at you and Maddie. Maddie and oh wait.
You guys can wear the Calvin Kleins together. Oh, yeah, of course. They're going to sit there and they're going to go back to the thing. Let's speed this up a little bit. Wild for the night, man. Wild. Playback speed normal. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want this. Pick this up. Let's go. Yeah. So as they're going through this, I'm from Dot, not Canton. Oh, you from the Dot? Wow. He's from the Dot, James. Do you got the tattoo of the dot on your arm?
So do you know Maddie?
Do you know Maddie?
Right?
Are you in the Funky
seen him
Bunch?
out there?
Dig up the berry pool. I could dig that. Yeah, let me speed this up a little bit more. I don't want to lose my spot. So let's go. Here we go. Let's get to it. Oh, 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 we got Quit, man. What's his name? Quit? He's in the Funky Bunch, James. Oh, man.
Yes, the second bubble, please, is based on 21.
No, the dot is Southie. No. The dot is not Southie. So now you're definitely not from the dot. The dot is Dorchester.
Yes, that's correct.
Knucklehead.
And your text to the group of you, your wife, Brian, and Nicole Albert as well.
Trying to get pictures.
All right. And at this point, I've asked the next bubble to be displayed, and then I'm going to skip to the bubble after that once you see it. The next bubble comes from Brian Albert.
Yes, Brian Albert.
And that's 135.
Christine, let him. The screen speaks for itself. If it doesn't, then the witness.
Of course. What time is that at?
135, 32.
And
Matty M was on the backup right here, people.
PK, I'm assuming.
the next bubble after that would be 2153, please.
Sing it, Robin. Sing it.
Yeah.
You got the right stuff,
Brian Albert.
baby.
And the time there, are you able to make that out?
Love the way you sing.
135, 34, 138, 34.
Whatever it says. If you can't see it, you can't see it.
I'm
Next.
sorry.
And his response was,
Okay,
does that appear to be correct in the PK?
I'd have to go back and
Well, the previous one.
Next question.
Sure. All right, we can take that off for a minute. I'd like to just go over two more areas of these group chats with you. You would agree with me that later that same day on February 4th, the four of you, your wife, Brian Albert, and Nicole Albert, discussed in that group chat the fact that Michael Proctor was talking to Kerry Roberts over the phone, correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
Christine.
At 3:01 and 48 seconds, you commented on the interview of Michael Proctor with Kerry Roberts, did you not?
Objection.
Sustained.
It would be seen.
Hear what he just said? He said,
Thank
oh,
God.
God.
I
He
thought
said, oh,
thank-
God. He said, oh, shit. Oh, man, I don't have the dot on my arm, dude.
He said, "Oh God."
He
I think
said,
he really.
oh. He
He
said,
must have-
oh, God, man. He knows he's in deep trouble, man. He knows it.
Step
knows it,
by
man.
step.
Ooh, baby. What's going on, people? How we feeling? This is your chat. How we feeling out there? One word to describe Matty M on the backup. One word to describe it. One word. If you got one word, let me see what it is for Matty M. One word. One word. Oh, we got the glare. Where's the glare at? The glare was up in here. I lost him.
Inappropriate.
Where's he at? I think it's right here. My man, the glare. If it isn't Matt Splash or Crystal Light McCabe, oh yeah, he's in the Funky Bunch. The glare. Will. You know, it's Matty M. He's on the backup. You know, he don't play games. This guy. You know, that's what it is with him. You know, this guy's solid, bro. Solid as they come. Believe me when I tell you, he's on backup. You know, hate corruption. Matty ain't liking these FBI strings. Oh crap. He said
No.
God. Oh God. He didn't like that. He
No.
didn't like that. Definitely not. But yeah, like right there, look at, you know, this woman's fighting for her life. You know, she's looking at life in prison. He's on the stand smiling. You know, he's got to put this together. No heart, no type of, you know, he has no type of compassion whatsoever.
John, John O'Keefe's brother's sitting right there watching him laugh. The family, everybody. It's a joke to them, it seems like.
I mean, it's wild, man. It's like
the feds are coming in. Trust me, it's not going to go 2 rounds.
Yeah. You don't think it's going to go 2 rounds?
No, I don't. Personally, I just can't see them bringing the circus to town again. It's going to be crazy. I can't see it happening, man. I see the feds coming before they even get that far.
It appears to have the same sequence and content of the group chat as well?
Yes.
Over the Commonwealth's objection, again, I'm not sending anything to the jury that they can't read. So let's mark this for identification. And the substance of those, each individual one will be question by question.
Understood. So, Mr. Bates, with regard to page 2160, I'm looking for the second bubble.
Do you have an extra copy for me to follow along? No? Or Jim, was it, Mr. United, was this in the, what was marked for it? You're using that? All right.
I believe you have extra copies, sir.
Thank you.
All right. And if it's a question by question objection, just.
Man, this chick, man.
May what be disliked? And I did not take it in. I said the content on question by question. So it's each bubble.
You saw that at 3:01 p.m. and 48 seconds on February 1st that you texted, quote, very weird that she's been barely interviewed. The whole dead comment was just told. I was supposed to have them talk last night and forgot to tell Proctor to call her. Do you recall that?
I recall it, correct.
Those are your words, correct?
Yes, they are.
No, it's in. We may display it later, but I'd like to move this testimony along. So that's in evidence.
And then,
of course
in
you
that
do.
discussion,
Yeah.
At 3:03 p.m. and 15 seconds, it was Brian Albert who texted, quote, hope they don't think she's making it up after the fact for some reason, end quote, correct?
Objection.
I'll allow that.
Thank
Can
God.
you read the timestamp again?
It's the second page.
02161.
Oh, I found it.
Yep,
Yes.
it's in the middle. I got that timestamp correct?
3:03:15.
Correct. And I read that accurately. Hope they don't think she's making it up after the fact.
Yes, that's correct.
And then
This guy's really
less
using
than a
his
minute later,
flashlight
at
on his phone.
3:05 and 32 seconds, you replied, yes, she was hardly interviewed, and I think just answered what was asked. Oh, I'm sorry, strike that. Strike that whole question. I skipped his next response, which was at 3:05 and 2 seconds, where he said, but if they barely interviewed her, that's on them, correct?
That's from Brian. Yes, that's correct.
Oh. Now,
why would Brian A. care who's interviewing who? If you had nothing to do with this case, you got nothing to do with it, right? This is just common sense, people. You got nothing to do with it. Okay, if you're being nosy, you're texting back and forth or whatever about, hey, you know, that's crazy. Never once in these text messages did you hear them say, isn't it crazy that Karen hit him? That's crazy. This is nuts. You know, Karen, man, never once did they say, like, you know, Karen did it, you know, in the text. Like if you knew without a shadow of a doubt Karen did it, you would be texting all about that, wouldn't you? But you notice they're not texting about that. They're texting all about how they can get out of it. Like, what is she saying to this one? And like, who's at the house and how many cops are there? And, you know, tell them not to go in the house. Like, you wouldn't be saying that. You would be texting like, man, this is crazy. We didn't even see the body. We left. We didn't even see the body, man. Isn't that crazy, James? We was hanging out with him last night, me and you. We left the house and everything, and I didn't see him out there. That's nuts. Wouldn't you be saying that in the text? What do you guys think in the chat?
with regard to that exchange, you would agree with me that you were talking about Terry Roberts being interviewed by Michael Proctor, correct?
I don't want to make an assumption. Do you have the text previous to this that shows that we're referencing Terry?
I do, and I'll show you that only to refresh your memory.
Yeah, I just.
Thank you, Glenn Lake.
I don't want to assume something.
Thank you. I'm going to show you one page and ask you to look at it silently to yourself. And I'm
Look at
going
him.
to be happy for the page.
Okay.
You just look up at me when you're done.
Matty M, they're gonna like you.
Right.
They're gonna like you, upstate boy.
Yeah. Again, my assumption it's Kerry based. Can I go back another page?
Feel free.
Oh yeah. See him in New Man.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Yes.
Did those previous pages refresh your memory about the context of your group chat conversation?
Yes, it did.
And certainly it was talking about Kerry Roberts being interviewed, correct?
Yes, it was.
And you were passing along information
Yeah,
about
his
that
voice
interview
is
to Brian
very
Albert, were you
shaky.
not?
It's been the whole
Yes,
time.
I was letting him know that
Pay attention to that hand, that right hand. It's shaking, boy.
Kerry was being
Yeah,
interviewed.
everything. Even when he had the laser
And
pointer.
you were telling him things that she was saying, correct? Remember you said the whole dead comment was just told?
He's definitely a drunk.
Sustained.
Look at him. Look at his
All right,
face.
in any case, we're going to move
Yeah.
on to the very last.
Like, how dare you?
discussion that
What are
I'd
you
like
talking about? I didn't do that, dude. Matty M on the backup, drug free. So put the crack up.
He said, "Not everybody's like you." You saw that
Matty, take a walk on the wild side. Mikey, hey, it's you. You just want a turkey sandwich, Matty M. I totally understand. You're part of the Funky Bunch. You did hip hop. You're not a sellout. You're from Dorchester, Fenton Street. You're a thug. You had it rough, Matty M. Do you still get your Calvin Kleins on, Matty M?
He's got the dot tattoo on his hand.
Ask you about. Earlier that day, February 1st, 2022, at 12:50 p.m. and 37 seconds, Brian Albert texted the group, which would have again been his wife Nicole, your wife Jennifer, and you. And that text was
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so I can't. Which bubble on which page?
02148.
Right.
He's like, thank
on which
God.
page?
That's the page, 02148.
Okay, so I don't have
And
it.
the bubble is the second of the three bubbles.
So I don't have it.
I don't have it.
I don't know
Thank you, Burnett.
what the objection's pertaining to. Jurors, I apologize that this is taking so long.
Apologize, Bev.
Stop
Bev, look at you.
interfering.
Bev, stop interfering.
Right. She's
Bev, you keep saying
apologizing.
sustained. They're saying objection before the question's even out there. Look at this guy. Look at his hand right now, looking down at it. He's looking at it and he's reading it. And everything in his mind right now is like, God damn. Like, you're on the stage right now, people. You're on trial. You got this jury staring at you. It's no different than this live right now. I'm behind the controls on this crazy laptop. I got my man, James Jackson. And I'm trying to make sure the controls are all, everything's okay and the stream's going right. And I'm getting all your,
You know
getting all-
you're not on the I can't see you right now.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine. And okay. I paused up. Huh? We're in one of those. We'll just go like this, and yeah, you guys get the gist. Look at this guy.
You know what, Mr. Yannetti, why don't you?
This is that's for the court, Your Honor.
She just said, "Oh God."
For the
So you're objecting to it, so I'm not going to let you say what it is. You can show it to the witness. Which one is this?
second bubble on 02148. Then the third bubble on 02148. And then the first bubble on 02149. That's all I'll be asking about.
Thank you.
All right, so I won't allow, based on the objection from the Commonwealth, the second bubble on 02148. I will allow the author of the third bubble on page 02148
No. The second bubble on 02148.
is not allowed into evidence.
Wow.
I need to be heard on that one.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be
No.
heard on that. Look at
All
him.
right, I'll hear you at sidebar.
Yeah, okay. Wow, I'm so
Wow.
mad. I'm
Yeah.
so mad. Oh, man, I'll hear you at sidebar. How dare you?
How
How
dare
dare
you
you?
want to point something out that could make sense?
Oh, my God. What the heck? What is going on? How dare you?
Hey, Paul, are you watching
It's
the
great.
same case as us? The same trial?
I don't think Paul is watching the same.
No.
Let me ask you guys this in the chat. We got 596 people. I need one word for Beverly Cannoni. Just one word. If you had one word to describe Beverly Cannoni, what would it be?
Jaded.
Jaded. That's a perfect word right there. And with that being said, I got this guy right here. He's a good dude right here. He's holding me down right now. He's telling me that he's telling me that my screen's broken, and he's helping me out. I need you guys to go subscribe to him. He's a good kid, local kid, and
My man.
I need everybody to go check him out right now at James Jackson. Go sub up. Got it up on the screen right now as we're looking at Karen Reed. What do you think's going through Karen's Reed mind right now, sitting, knowing that she got eyeballs, Paul O'Keefe staring at her, Bev's acting crazy. Like when Bev has them lash outs, what do you think Karen feels?
She's practicing her breathing. Look at her. She got a lot of bullshit on her mind, man, and a lot of
Shaking
people
her
are
head right
against her.
there.
Yeah, in the courtroom, everyone is against her. Aside from her family.
It's crazy, right?
No Boston cops there for John. It's just wild.
Lally's an accomplice. He's in on.
Yes, please.
Bev knows it. And she made the jury leave the room.
Yeah. Oh, just now she did.
Yeah, she made the jury leave the room. Donna Lewis got no words for Auntie Bev. Kim McDonald, succubus.
Succubus.
Succubus. Wow. I like that word right there. Subscribe. Kelly, subscribed up to my man Jackson.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you,
And
Kelly.
Mr. Jackson, if you are planning on doing this with the next witness, I'd like you to let Mr. Lally know which ones of these you intend to use so that we can avoid all of this. And if you have a copy from me, that would be helpful for objections.
I like this one too. She's a sneaky hoe because Matty M's on the backup. Matty M's on the backup. Look, the jury. She made the jury leave. Look at Jackson. He's like, what is going on here, man?
Uncle Al.
K. Smith, I'm late, but I'm here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but now you're rocking with us. Okay, Kate, or whatever your name is, K. Smith. Peace and love.
Thank you, Ms. McCabe, when we broke, I was just about to ask you about the last exchange here. You will agree with me that on February 1st of 2022 at 12:51 and 49 seconds, you texted the group chat.
Here we go.
To say, ask Chris to ask some questions, correct?
Yep, I'm reading right now. Yes, that's correct.
And who was the Chris you were referring to?
That would be Chris Albert.
Brian's brother, correct?
That is correct.
And then you texted your wife, Brian Albert, and Nicole Albert, quote, tell them the guy never went in the house, correct?
Yeah, that's part of the same text. Yes.
Mr. McCabe, who was the guy that you were referring to? Does he have a name?
That would be John O'Keefe.
Oh!
When you told the group to tell them the guy never went in the house, that was you talking about how you should all get your stories straight, correct?
No.
Look
you
at this.
agree with me that your stories are all straight in terms of the guy never went in the house, correct?
Objection.
Can you answer that?
John never went in the house. It's not a story, it's a fact.
When you said, tell them the guy never went in the house, Brian Albert was on that exchange still, was he not? He was still part of the group text?
Yes, Brian's on the exchange.
And Brian Albert was the one to respond, wasn't he?
Let me switch pages here.
Who's the guy, Matty?
Yes, he did.
And then at that point, you knew Brian Albert was the oldest brother of the Albert family, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
The oldest sibling in that family, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And in his response to your instructions that his younger brother, Chris, should say that John O'Keefe never went in the house or the guy never went in the house, you would agree with me that he responded with one word, correct?
Yes, he did.
And in response to you saying the guy never went in the house, Brian Albert's response was?
Brian Albert. What was his response?
He's nervous too because he's got Brian Albert to answer to. You know that. He's like, damn, I don't want to mess this up for BA.
Bev is shameless. What was that one word? What was that one word that? Why is Brian A what he's about to say? Why would he even say that? This is a Boston. This is not to anybody in the chat, because everybody in the chat, we love you guys. You guys are rocking with us. This guy's a Boston police officer. And the guy who died on his front lawn is a Boston police officer. Oh, by the way, they was with each other the night before. Well, this was 3 days before that. I think this text exchange was February 3rd or something. But still, a couple of days before. Why are they talking like this? Why are they talking like this, James? What do you he was on the backup. Matty M was on the backup. What do you get from these texts? What was these texts all about? Like, it's a group text. Like, why isn't he saying, I can't believe this poor guy passed away in the snow? This guy passed away in the snow. If he
Can't
legit got
believe
hit
this.
by a car and died from hypothermia, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Why
When I
move? Why sell the house? Why get rid of the dog? Why do all those things?
why would this guy be acting in this manner on a text message? Is this not anybody in the chat? Because we all know everybody in this chat. Nicole looks like she's been through hell. Of course she has. She's covering up a murder.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. When I first heard this, where was everybody in the chat when you guys first heard this? I remember hearing this in 2022 that a girl hit her boyfriend and he was a Boston cop and left him dead. The first thing I thought when I seen it on the news was, man, she must have ran over him and dragged him up the street.
Mm.
That was the first thing I thought. But now think about it. They're living it. They're in this space and time. Big Bad Brian A. This guy right here, Matty M on the backup. Big Bad Brian A. is Donnie Wahlberg's understudy. He's doing the right stuff. Oh. Please don't go, girl. Late night with his wife, 2 a.m. Please don't go, Nicole. Then he
Oh
passed the
man.
mic to Matty M. Matty M's on the backup. He's taking pictures. He's on the group text. He probably held John O'Keefe down with that 375-pound frame. That's what probably happened. Right, Matty? Matty M's on the backup. Because Higgins, I don't know, Higgins seems like as soon as it went down, he probably ran up the stairs, got shook. But see, Matty M's on the backup. Drug-free. He put the crack up.
Yo. Matty M put the crack up.
Exactly. Correct?
Yes, that's his response.
We're done here.
All right, Commonwealth, any redirect?
Just briefly, Your Honor.
Look at him. Shut the phone off. Look at this guy.
John Keefe never went in the house that night, is that correct?
That's correct.
And from this text communication, as far as Chris Alba was concerned, was Chris Alba ever at the house on that night?
No, he was not.
And this is something that you, obviously, death of John O'Keefe occurring, how he wears it and why it did. That was something that you discussed.
Can you keep your voice up?
Yes, I'm sorry. This tragic occurrence, as far as what happened to John O'Keefe, his death, where, why, how, that was something that you discussed with your family, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Why?
I didn't hear that
Why
one.
was it a discussion with your family?
You're talking about the immediately after? No one knew what happened. John never came in the house, so we had no idea what happened to John.
And John was someone you were friends with, correct?
Yes, that's
But this is common sense, Paulie. I'm froze up again, huh?
Yeah.
Of course I am. Technical difficulties.
Now, did you ever tell anybody what to say at any point in time to the state police or any investigator whatsoever?
No.
Did anyone in your family or in your presence ever tell anyone that in front of
So he seems a little
you?
less nervous with Lally speaking to him. J.F.K, where'd you go? Oh. Where's J.F.K? I can't even see if it's live still. So Bear with them. 781 in the house.
We crashed. Everything just crashed out. Matty M was on the backup. Can you hear me? How we feeling out there? We still live?
Yeah, we I think.
Okay, we had a little crash out, man. My computer wanted to do a crash out on me. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. He said, right? You heard what he said, right?
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yep.
So,
you know, this guy,
A
right?
weaker than expected jobs report.
A sign that a recession is imminent.
Bidenomics.
This guy, right?
That's why I say he's going to be the first to fold, if not already, if he hasn't already.
Matty M, right? He just said, sorry about the technical difficulties, people. Matty M just said that we were trying to figure out what happened to John. That's how you figure out what happened to John? You say the guy don't come in the house? I mean, you guys never once said, how do you think he died? Like when he got hit by the truck? Like, how did the truck kill him? Like, damn, she must have ran him down the street.
Right? First thing you're thinking about is he didn't come in, just tell him he didn't come in the house. They're already plotting a scheme and lying. Like you said, you think everybody would be like up in a roar, oh my God, someone just died, especially an officer that you're friends with, allegedly.
That's wild, man.
Wow.
I can't even understand. Like, that's not the type of talk you would be talking. You wouldn't be talking like, hey, tell him that he didn't come in the house and see what Kerry said to him and all these different things. You would say, damn, man, I wonder how he died, and I wonder how he didn't see him, and the body was right there, and how didn't I hear all this? Wouldn't Big Bad Brian A, like, wouldn't he be texting him back like, I can't believe I didn't hear it. I didn't even see the body. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. The other thing I was thinking is these people, if they're so innocent, why ain't they on a J.F.K. podcast? Why ain't they on any podcast or any talking about anything? They're just hiding. They're lying. You know, it's like they don't want to go on a podcast or talk about it because they might slip up. They might say something that they're not supposed to say. That's going to get them hemmed up, and they know it.
From what you've testified during this trial to what is in Michael Proctor's report, you put the SUV father down Fairview toward Chapman Street.
I want to take it to here real quick. I think it's right here.
On January 29th. Would have been better on April 26th, 2022 than it would be today.
Yes, I think that's yes.
And that's because your memory doesn't get.
Let me see.
You had been at one of your daughter's hockey games that day?
If it's the Saturday before, we're saying?
Yes.
Yes, I was.
And you wound up going to the hillside in Canton, correct?
That is correct.
You went with your wife, Jennifer McCabe?
Yes.
When you got there, you saw Karen Reed and John O'Keefe there together, correct?
I was there previous to them, but yes,
Okay.
I saw them there, yes. Eventually I saw them there.
I should have phrased the question that ultimately you ran into John and Karen together, correct?
Yes, I did.
And when you came in contact with them, you and your wife and Brian Albert and his wife, Nicole, who's your sister-in-law, hung out with Karen Reed and John O'Keefe, correct?
Yes, there was a big group of people hanging out together, correct.
There were other people in addition to the ones that I've just named?
Yes, there were.
So you were with John and Karen for maybe around an hour or so that night of January 22nd?
I'd say, I don't know exactly what time they arrived, but yes, I'd say they were there for at least an hour.
And during that hour span of time, they appeared to be enjoying each other's company?
Yes.
And the two of them had arrived together, correct?
They walked in together, yes.
And there were no problems that night that you could see between John and Karen, correct?
Yes, I did not see any problems.
Okay. Now, moving on to the waterfall on January 29th. I am not going to go through with you who arrived when and who left when and where people sat at which table. We're going to skip all that. And I'd like to streamline the questioning if I can. And I just want to talk to you about two or three areas. You would agree that at the waterfall, the mood among the people who were there was festive, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Everybody appeared to be happy and enjoying themselves, correct?
Everybody was enjoying each other's company.
Specifically with regard to John O'Keefe and Karen Reed, they appeared to be quite happy that Kaylee had been accepted into Bishop Fee, correct?
John, I recall talking to John about it. He was happy that Kaylee was at Bishop Fee. I do not recall speaking to Karen about Bishop Fee, but definitely John was happy about Kaylee being in Bishop Fee.
All right. You have previously testified that they were both excited about that, have you not?
If I did, I did. I just know that John mentioned that he was out because he was excited about Kaylee being at Bishop Fee. If I looped them both in, then they both were happy. I don't remember what I said when I said it. I didn't put it this way. I didn't see her. She wasn't happy about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I'm just going by your words, sir. As far as you could see, they were both excited about her acceptance, correct?
Yes.
And they had just found out the previous day or so, correct?
I don't recall what day they found out, but I know that John mentioned he had went out for some beers. He was excited because Kaylee got into Bishop Fee, and he mentioned he was out.
I want to get to this one part. Excuse me, guys.
That's the question.
And your answer was no.
Being a student is.
You know, I'm just gonna put a bow on this. I'm gonna put a bow on this, and because I know Turtle Boy's starting. A lot of our people are going over to Turtle Boy's chat. So with that being said, you know, I just want to say that I appreciate everybody for coming. And we got James the glare of Brian. What's he say? Brian Apple was enjoying the company of Higgins' ass. Yeah, man.
Yes,
you know,
he was.
he definitely was. And you know, it's just wild, man, to think that this guy Matty M said that on the way there. I don't know exactly where it was at. I thought it was at like the 40-second mark, but Matty M said that John called up Jen McCabe for directions. I don't really believe that. I believe that maybe he was asking questions like, who's over there? What's going on? What's the temperature like? You agree, James?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I think. He was calling to check on, see who was there, who showed up. Definitely.
Definitely. And with that being said, thank you all for coming, and we're going to end it there. Peace and love. Peace.
Peace.
Michael Proctor.
Michael Proctor could have written text messages that he didn't know would go public that he regrets sending. That does not nullify
the evidence
that says that
Johnny was hit by a weapon.
she got him donuts. I drove to 34 Fairview, and I saw her get out and got him donuts. 6 donuts. I've been doing it for years.
She likes to come by and bring like coffee and donuts.
I opened my car door.
She got him donuts.
I drove to 34 Fairview, and I saw her get out and got him donuts. 6 donuts. I've been doing it for years.
She likes to come by and bring like coffee and donuts.
I opened my car door.
Michael Proctor could have written text messages that he didn't know would go public that he regrets sending. That does not nullify
the evidence
that says that
Johnny was hit by a weapon.
See what they talk about.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Life keeps going by, please tell me why am I living? Poison in my mind, losing sight now with this blind vision. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten.
Call 911, officer down, don't make a sound. There's an officer in the house. All I can feel is my phone vibrate. Wish you was here, not sitting at my place. Who let the dogs out? Someone closed the gate. It's cold where the broken face, please, Lord, not today. Laying on this grass, I can hear the snakes. Wish you would've told me he was feeling away when he sent you that text. Seen the fear in your face, then he texted me too. Coming here, then you drove away.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Life keeps.
I'm lost in the page. When I say 19, y'all say 88. 19. When I say 19, y'all say
Read between the lines. Yeah.
Curtains pulled back, I stand center stage. You ain't no killer, that wrench in the case. You get an ass for that time, you were trying to get away. Now you glorify a deal like it's 88. When I say 1-9, y'all say 88. 1-9, 1-9. When I say static, y'all say selector. Static. When I say life is, y'all say special. Life is. They lock us up. We want you down when I should turn your back on me. I can feel you running. They on Instagram, look at the reels they running. Aesthetically, we always hit the kills for suckers. Static. Hey yo, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and there's a lot of corruption going on right now. So throw your peace signs up right now. Yeah, I go by J.F.K, Justice for the Kids. Yeah, free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed.
Kick the cockpit door down. I am not the chosen one that you speak